Hi, this is Karen, and this is Riding the Wave of Good Fortune. Today we're on day number 5 in reality transurfing in 78 days. Day 5 is the world mirror principle. The world is what you think of it. The world is a mirror that reflects your relationship to it. Life is a game in which the world puts the same riddle to all its inhabitants. Okay, guess, what do I look like? Everyone responds in their own way according to their own perception. You are aggressive, or you are cozy, or even cheerful, gloomy, friendly, hostile, happy, ill-fated. The interesting thing is that in this quiz, everyone is a winner. The world agrees with everyone and appears before each according to the guise that was ordered. What do you think of your world? Interpretation. When a person is convinced that all the best things in this world have already sold out, their shelves will remain empty. When they think that buying a high quality item will mean standing in a huge queue and then parting with a large sum of money, then that is exactly what will happen. If a person's expectations are pessimistic and riddled with doubt, then they will undoubtedly be justified. If a person expects to meet with an unfriendly environment, their misgivings will be proven true. However, when a person is imbued with the innocent thought that the world has reserved the best in life for them, this also works. The eccentric, who does not know that nothing can be achieved without a struggle, somehow finds himself or herself at the counter where there has just been a fresh delivery, as if timed especially for them. Then they suddenly learn that the first buyer gets everything for free. A long queue forms behind them of people who know that the reality of life is pretty miserable and all the other fools were just lucky. If someday, when confronted with the quote-unquote realities of life, the lucky eccentric changes their opinion of the world, their reality will change accordingly. And when they finally open their eyes to the truth, they will be thrown right to the very back of the queue. So I will say, I do know this to be true, and sometimes we can see in another person's life easier than we can see in our own life. But I had a friend who was very optimistic, and he was a person who was, one of the lucky ones. Like, it always seemed like he was at the right place at the right time. And he just had this really great charisma and expectancy that life was there for him. And it was, just like a plate of oysters, it's like, but then I don't know what happened, but it seemed like all of a sudden he was like on a racket about how, everything good happened to everyone else but me. And it was true that there were some people who were close to him who were promoted and really did seem like they were, they were riding the wave of good fortune, and somehow he got left in the dust, or I guess. But the more he highlighted that, it was like I just noticed myself feeling like, wow, what a shift in character. And now, I also, projecting that he used that as kind of an excuse to kind of be grumpy. But I did notice he was like, there was definitely a change in his personality. So we can, this isn't something that's static. It's not like, oh, that person is just an optimistic person. They're always like that. They're always lucky. No, there is like a correlation between the thoughts we think and what we believe, especially about, the attitudes we hold towards the world and what gets reflected back to us. And it can go either way. You can change from being a kind of a happy-go-lucky person to being quite a grump. who doesn't expect the best. And the opposite is true. You can be a person who's somewhat pessimistic, or looking for the problems, waiting for the shoe to drop, and little by little change your attitude towards the world and come to start expecting the best for you. So don't, it's really up to you. You can go on that upward spiral, and recondition your mind, or you can take the lower spiral, and that will also be true. But either way, you get to be right. And you can argue for your limitations and get to keep them, or you can really argue for possibility and what is waiting for you right around the corner, all the miracles that are right there for you, and you get to have that too.